Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool telephone. It's kind of caught in the middle of a production run. This is a 5302, and this is Robert's telephone from Florida. And so basically what this is a 500 set, but they called it a 5302 because it still has all the 302 parts. It has a metal finger wheel, and then the metal dial center ring, and then it also has, and I'm going to open it up, all the 302 parts. And so they were using up the 302 parts. It even has the leather feet in it. So it's a really cool kind of in the middle of a run telephone. And it's kind of neat to see how these telephones evolved. And so basically Robert's got a letter here, and in his note it says that he could talk on the phone, but it wouldn't ring and he couldn't dial out. And so he's asking us to go through it. And also, he's got someone put a handset cord for a line cord with the old 4-style prong plug on it. So we're going to basically be changing that. He wants that removed. And we're going to go through the bells and see what's going on with them. And then we also have to go into the Rotary and see what's going on with that. So it's just one of those things where we're going to have to troubleshoot everything out. But these are really cool telephones, and basically we're going to get some more video of this telephone as we get into the process of repairing it. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up with the telephone, and we're going to do some final checks and kind of go through what went on with the telephone. We removed what they were using for a line cord and replaced it with a black line cord with a newer style modular port plug, and Robert can simply plug this telephone into any modern jack and go ahead and use the telephone, as long as his telephone service accepts rotary dial. And as long as his telephone company accepts rotary dial, he should be okay. Now, we totally went through the rotary and took that apart and cleaned it and oiled it. We also, it was a little sluggish, and now it recoils a lot better. So we went through that and not only repaired the dial, we also rewired everything and got it down to a cleaner wiring situation. And so he had a couple issues. It wasn't dialing right for him, and also the bells weren't ringing, and so there was some issues with this telephone. And so we kind of went through a little bit of everything and went into the bell circuit and got that all straightened out. So now what we're going to do is do some final checks on the telephone, and then we'll kind of show you the inside and what's going on. But I'll go ahead and ring the phone now. I'm going to let that go a couple times since that was one of the issues. Give you some dial tone. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk through our numbers. And I'm going to end in a 2. Now what I'm going to do is transmit into the handset. Every time you see that red light, that's an indication of 100% modulation. Hello. So we know the telephone is working, and it's receiving and transmitting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move the telephone over to a regular line, and we're going to call, like, say, a time and temp number. And people ask me all the time, do you really work that late or work all the time? And yes, we pretty much work all the time. I think it's 10 after 2. And I might be up for quite a few more hours. So I'm going to give you some dial tone here. And we'll go ahead and call time and temp.
Body work. We're a short drive away. Offenburg Body Center, 234-0330. Today is Thursday, May 3rd. The time is 2:08. Current temperature 79 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 60s. Mostly sunny on Thursday, highs around 90.
Okay, so now what we can do is I'll give you some dial tone. We'll call my number and it'll be busy. Okay, and we can call one other number, but I don't need anything from there, but we'll go ahead and call them anyway. Give you some dial tone.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay, so we know that the telephone is dialing out, and we have our receive, we have our transmit, and we know the bells are working now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and give you some dial tone. I'll call my number one more time and it'll be busy. I'm going to go ahead and unplug the line because what I want to do is I want to kind of spin the phone around here and give you a look at the inside. It's a really cool 5302, and one of the things I wanted to show you here was, and I might have done it earlier in the video, is a bell adjust. So you have loud and low, and you won't find that on a lot of the 5302s. You know, most of them weren't adjustable, and this one is adjustable. And then they put different rotaries in them, but they were basically using 302 rotaries, so that's pretty normal to it. And of course it's a 53 or a 302 right here, and then he has his leather feet. So this telephone's in very good condition, and it's really cool to see how they progressed and, you know, started using the different things and what they started going to, because you won't see this bell adjustment in a lot of the 5302s, and only some of them have it. So it's a really cool telephone, and I do believe he put a different handset. Robert put a different handset on it, but I'll go ahead and ring the phone here. Let that go a few times. I'll turn it down. And then we'll turn it back up. I'll go ahead and answer it. If you notice, one of the bells set higher than the other one. That was so that they could get the bell adjustment in there. Try to get a shot of that. Pretty cool. So Robert's all squared away now, and his telephone is finished up, and he can get it back now and enjoy the telephone. As long as his telephone service accepts rotary dial, the pulse signal, he should be okay. And everything should be all right for him. Now what we're going to do here is I want to move the telephone over to a regular line again, and I want to make one more call, since that was one of the issues that, with dialing. And so, give you some dial tone. We'll dial one last number.
Good morning. 2 Ford stores, one great company, Offenburg Ford. A short drive to great value. Today is Thursday, May 3rd. The time is 2:14. Current temperature 79 degrees. Now the Belleville area weather forecast. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the upper 60s. Mostly sunny on Thursday, highs around 90.
Okay. So, this is a prime perfect example of a 5302, and it's just a really nice telephone, and it's kind of like in vintage condition. He still has his weight for dial tone, center card ring, and it's just a really cool telephone, and I'm sure anyone would love to have this on their little nightstand or table. It's just a really cool telephone, and I think Robert's going to be able to enjoy this telephone now. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.